first jobs I got since I moved back from France was through a real estate agent in Sausalito. So getting in front of the people and getting to the properties themselves is going to give me a lot more referrals than sitting in my office emailing people and doing mailers and all this kind of stuff that I've also done. So that's really it. I just really need to be introduced to people who are kind of outside my normal networking sphere, which is what I was telling Bill yesterday. You know, believe it or not, I'm 42, and people in my people in my age group aren't necessarily going to be clients for me. I need people who are older, who maybe
have investments,
they've bought more properties, they know more people in different circles. So I need to be introduced to different circles.
Okay, so what are we getting from Lou? What's he need? Rick, what are you hearing?
He needs more personal introductions, and actually, you know, really taking him and getting him face-to-face time with people in similar industries are going to be really helpful. So for us to think about realtors, other realtors that we might know, or other commercial, you know, ownerships, etc., or brokers, those kind of people. Also maybe other construction or people in related fields that we can actually introduce him to get him to know the contacts, versus just mailers and those kind of things.
And what I'm getting from you, and that is that the introduction would be good to bring them face to face, get them to actually meet together, right? So, the
other thing, and I know you and I have talked, you know, being in the neighborhood, we talk about doing email introductions, with I know certain clients, introduce them rather than just say, here's the number, call them, but more doing email, copy you, and say, meet so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes that will go. The other thing is also to, obviously, if you talk about face-to-face, if you want to get more of the neighborhood, if you talk about residential, if you want to be in that neighborhood, is checking out what's going on in the neighborhood. If there's new construction, we're finding out who just bought homes in the neighborhood, so each of these stores to find out who just bought houses in the hood, or just kind of in going down Portland Ave, because I know you're in Portland House with me, and just finding out, you know, leaving things around, or the realtor offices along there as well.
Okay.
Here's a thought I'm having. Think about what goes on in your context, and are there any venues that you're involved in that Lou could come and present at to inform that population about some benefit his work could bring to whatever that population is you're thinking about? You know what I'm saying? So,
I brought him to the office.
you took him into the office, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, but sometimes there's, I don't know, a women's something or other meeting.
Actually, Jennifer suggested I go to the Women's Council of Realtors in Marin last fall, presented at one of their luncheons, sponsored a luncheon. Yeah, so that was, those kind of things are really good, obviously. And I think doing something more than once helps.
We need to go.
I went and presented in front of Bill's office, and I got an email a few weeks ago that there's a meeting, city councilwoman or something.
Yeah,
and
that'd
so
be useful.
I'm going to go back to that just as a social, just to kind of
Yeah.
You should come to that.
get in front of people, as Bill always says, get in front of people. I like that.
Good. One more thing.
Two thoughts. One is real quick, not just a one-in-time introduction, but the more you show your face, the more then you're building a relationship. So like maybe jumping on this a couple times with Bill or what have you, to really establish yourself with contacts. And then also any kind of homeowners associations or other kinds of gatherings or meetings where you have people where you can make the renovations for their homes. To me, that would be an easy fit for you. Is some kind of associations and gatherings.
Yeah, absolutely. You can use apartment building association located in Auckland, and they have meetings. I think it's once or two months. So apartment buildings owners
Okay, so
get
there's
together.
something, and one more brief.
Yeah, I'll send you some information
Maybe
about
one
it.
more.
A question, Lou. Who are the people who make the decisions about architectural design? I'm thinking about, because do you do internal architecture as well?
Yes.
So, like for example, I do work once a week. I go say to Halvrani. I do in-house chiropractic work there, and I'm thinking, like, how do you make contacts with people who are, you know, in these different you have all these startups, you have all of these companies in the Bay Area who have money, And how are they deciding who they're going to hire to do their internal architecture? How do you make that connect? You know, who in this room has a connection to somebody in that world that we might not be thinking of as someone who would be a connect for you?
Good, so that's another fertile territory, the build-outs and the tearing down walls, etc. All right, so
Thanks.
that's a focus on Lou